Greetings everyone, a warm welcome to you all. Namaste. Hey, thanks for joining me. Aries, this is your reading for May 2019. So today is the 22nd of April that I'm doing these readings, and of course this is now the day after terrible bombings and terrorist attacks in Sri Lanka. So as predicted by the planetary movements that we noted for March and April, we were in for very turbulent months of activity. So it started really with the Christchurch bombings of a mosque in March. We then went on to have the Notre Dame fire, and now we have the Sri Lankan bombings, all within literally 2 weeks of each other. So a very, very volatile time on the planet indeed. We're hoping that May sees a little more calming down of this volatility. Mars action moves out of the limelight as such, and we move into the Taurus grounded energy. There aren't as many retrograde planets either taking action or creating angst in the skies or the cosmos in May either. So we will do some shuffling for you for your reading. For the cards, we will shuffle each deck first, and then I will be pulling from the cards depending on really the messages that I get on which one to pull for. So with no further ado, let's get into the shuffling. They are 4 different decks. These first 3 are more or less representative of tarot, and this is called The Soul's Journey from James Van Praagh. So a little bit of shuffling for Aries. So what is it that Aries ought to be an advantage of knowing? What is it the cosmos, universe, source energies want to tell Aries to help them manage or traverse through the month of May? This is, of course, the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck. This is for Aries for May 2019. This is the Rider-Waite Tarot, full tarot deck. And the Soul's Journey. So Aries, and I'm an Aries, in fact it was my birthday over the weekend, so I've had a lovely time, to be honest. Easter's tied into that energy, but of course it's turned a bit sour now with all these bombings. But it's kind of a bit tragic for us Arians that all this negative energy has happened pretty much within the time zone of our energy, being in the sun's solar energy on the planet. So anyhow, let us pull our first card for the reading, and I'm going to start with the John Holland. Oh, that's so nice to see. Because it's doing this reading this morning, there's quite a lot of, globally, there's just a hostile feel around the planet. Like you can feel the shock and the horror at these attacks. So to have this beautiful card, this is like the Ace of Cups, and it is Love Begins. So it is truly a beautiful energy to start your reading with. What more do we ever look for in life, in reality, than love? So love is the power that brings us here as humans. We come to bathe ourselves in love. We come to seep in love. We come to source love. We come to heal love. We come to initiate it. So being that this is the Ace of Cups means that love could be beginning for you at many, many different levels. For some of you, this could well be a new love romance. It could be new love as in like a child coming, the birth of a baby possibly, or an extended family. It could be new blossomings of businesses as well, or undertakings, or career, or ideas, or creativity. But whatever it is, it definitely impinges on the heart level. So it helps to foster the energies of steadiness, of nurturing, of togetherness, of support, of trust, of calm, and of love, of course. So a great way to start your reading. And in real terms, you can take this as a representative of being an ace. So if we put that down there and we take from, say, this deck and see what is there, we have the contract card. Now it's very interesting. This contract has come out for a lot of the readings so far, and I think I'm just halfway through them. So the contract card can mean a couple of different things. It can mean that there is something in writing that you are required to sign one way or another. So it's as if you are signing up something. Now often this is in terms of a new job potential or career or idea or concept, and someone might be uplifting you or your ideas for this contract that's being put into place. It can also be something along the lines of signing a contract to, say, purchase something such as a home or a car, or uplift a loan, or to go to a legal documentation thing as well. So it could have to do with the signing of legal things such as divorce papers, or businesses, the formation of a partnership within a business, or setting up a new business, something along those lines. We see the scales, and when we see scales, we are always thinking of equality and fairness and balance in our life. So that can be the other hidden meaning of this card as well, that balance is required in this particular situation, or that fairness is being dealt to. So this could be contractual obligations that have been unbalanced in the past, and there is a degree of balance coming in. And that's when I think of things such as divorce papers, or litigation, or remedial things happening, especially custodial things going on with children in a family. Now the final perspective of the contract card, which I sometimes think is the most powerful but yet the most subtle in looking at the card, is soul contracts. So sometimes this means a soul energy is coming into your life one way or another, as in a new potential relationship, and you have formed a very deep contract with this person coming. It could be a new child that is coming onto the scene, and it doesn't have to be a birth child. It could be a blended family, or it could be a child for adoption, or it could be someone you're perhaps mentoring, or it could even be the friend of one of your own children. There's something about a contractual soul obligation journey that is either beginning or taking shape for the better, and having some balance brought back into it. So it's a powerful card in many more ways than one. So we'll go here to the Morgan Greer, and we see the moon. Now the moon has, in fact, that's a beautiful card to have as well, because we have just had the pink full moon of the Easter moon. There's been a lot of beautiful meditations go on globally around the earth, with people meditating to bring love and harmony to the planet. At this point it seems we needed more meditation. However, the full moon, and especially the one right now around Easter, is very powerful in connecting us to spiritual ethos, to spiritual awareness, awakenings, and that whole cosmic tethering, if you like that subliminal or sublime feeling of just knowing that you are etherically connected. So sometimes you can get powerful spiritual energies taking place around times like this, and this is also when you can become a little bit psychic, when you can receive messages from the spirit world, when perhaps your dreams may be a little bit more full on than at other times. It can also be representative of balance again, and of requiring balance, especially in your emotional health and in your hormonal state. It can also represent things going on under the cover or the guise of nighttime, so activities taking place underhand. No, when I say underhand, I mean behind closed doors. So things that are going on that are perhaps kept private or secret that not everyone knows about. Now sometimes these are dealings again, like contracts being signed that you want to keep hidden for some time. It might be due to a love interest. Sometimes the moon can indicate things like affairs going on, and it could be that this is even part of this scenario that is taking place, and that this soul contract could be one of these people. Sometimes this involves a water sign person, but it doesn't just have to mean that. It's not just that facilitation as well. So the moon can also talk to us about heightened sense of awareness, connecting to our psychic self, becoming very prophetic in our dreams and visions, and finding answers through that dynamic of life. I do think the moon gives us a little bit of forewarning not to trust everyone as well. There's also the two dogs there. The dogs can represent literal pets, so something about your pets might be going on in the background. Alternatively, some of you might be in for new pets. As well, the dogs represent, of course, devotion and trust and faith, so there could be that involved in the card at some level. Let us go, we may as well, since we've been doing it in a line, we may as well go over here to the soul's journey. You wouldn't pull too many cards from this deck because it's quite intense anyhow, but let's see what you got. Death. It's funny, a lot of the cards, well, I don't mean that, it's not funny, but a lot of the cards are repeating themselves this month, I'm finding, through the whole lot of the decks as well. So do check on your moon and rising signs because they could be quite similar. The Death card says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. And I will read the words for you guys because I found the words to be quite good when I read them last time. Death is an illusion. It is a fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited the body is free and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change, because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or career. A soul lesson may be completed, and it is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. So the Death card can often be about letting go of a contract that you had previously signed into as well. So this contract may even be coming to an end, but it is often tied into soul contracts. So perhaps there was, whatever it was that two of you, or even more, like a group of people, chose to come here to work through. It may have had its karmic debt paid back, and that the lesson has been learnt, and the contract is now being broken, which enables the person and yourself, or the people and yourself, to go your separate ways. So as much as this can be very hard because we don't necessarily understand the contracts that we had pre-assigned ourselves, we seem to forget those when we arrive here. But if a contractual obligation has been finished and finalized, these people often do disappear from our life. But as the card said, it's not to be fretted over. It's because the purpose has been served, and so from that perspective it was a successful joint cooperative contract that took place. So this contract card could be associated with this, or it could be a new contract coming in, which still probably is associated with this, in as much that something is going to drop off and move away. So yeah, let it happen. As I say, sometimes it is a little bit difficult, but it's always taking us on the next road of discovery. We have Archangel Metatron popping in for your reading. It's always beautiful to get the angelic energies present. They give such a calming or nurturing energy field. With Metatron, I often find it's more uplifting and quite empowering and passionate. You can see by all the white light and the sparkles on the card even that he's very active. He's not someone who sits still. So Metatron can create great power and passion, vitality, ideas and creativity in your life, because he comes through this 6th chakra, which is the 3rd eye area. So Metatron is very good for working with younger people as well, especially little children and up through to the late teens or early 20s. If any of you are having problems with any of those age groups in your family life or in your home life or just your personal, then call upon Metatron to help resolve this or bring some sort of activation or peace into the situation with those people. The other thing, of course, about the 6th chakra is that this is again a time to trust your intuition and call on your psychic senses. So it's sort of embellishing the energy of the moon, which the card that came in. So you've got 2 now talking to you a lot about really connecting with your psychic awareness, your self presence and your own belief or knowledge, esoteric knowledge, because it can be very helpful for you in establishing answers and solutions to questions that you're asking yourself in the month. This is the 6 of Swords. It's quite a nice card in terms of its meanings. It's often denoted literally as the travel card because the word at the bottom, or the words, are moving on. So it can mean travel for some of you, and that can be over water. So it can be by boat or going to somewhere across land to another state or another country for a holiday, which would be nice if any of you are heading off on holiday. It can also mean moving in terms of moving from where you live to another place, and sometimes this is for employment. The other thing it can mean is that you are moving out of the dark and into the light, which is a very literal representation of this card, and you can quite clearly see the visual dynamics of that. So in terms of that perspective of the card, it's talking to us about moving out of something that's been emotionally draining or dark and has created some sort of angst or feeling of loss or not being settled, into this opening, into this calming, into this vision and ability to sense more and to feel where you are headed and to feel good and safe about it. Sometimes this can happen when families are moving apart. Again, we talk of something like a separation, and you sometimes take someone with you. So part of the family goes with you and part stays somewhere else. That's the general messages of that particular card as they come out. Very interesting. And we've just talked about the fact that this card traditionally in the tarot talks about sea and travelling over sea and sometimes by boat. So there's more travel here hinted at in these cards. And this card can often refer to, again, job applications overseas or applying for or attending an interview. So there's a possibility that some of you are transpiring to contemplate shifting careers, which could even be what the love is, a passion for a new career opportunity, which we did talk about, attending interviews, or even being successful in planning moves one way or another. So when this card and perhaps even this one turn up, there's a possibility of shifting within the background vibes. So some of you could be shifting homes or shifting career or shifting job locations. It might even be that your place of work, which is quite odd, but might be changing buildings. Like you've been there for who knows, 4 or 5 years, and suddenly you're told that your place of work is shifting to another building or another suburb or even another centre. It does tell us to juggle our money and to be a little bit careful with it. So this is a time where money can be up and down. Sometimes you can get a slight windfall coming to you when this card is present as well, but at other times an unexpected debt might arise. Let's go. This is really weird. You're the first one that I've gone methodically through each card, but that's the way it seems to be working. Oh, you know, how beautiful, because today of all days feels like there's so much needs some healing, and this to me is Christ the Redeemer, or the image of Christ, and he has just had churches attacked in Sri Lanka and so many people killed and so many wounded. So he really is coming through in this reading with some power to ignite peace and harmony and healing, great healing. Now look, I personally denounced religion many years ago. It doesn't serve my purpose here on earth. In fact, my personal belief is it doesn't serve anyone's purpose, but being spiritually aware and awakened and free of religious indoctrination is the way forward for all of us, because religions in their own way create segregation and separation. And you know, the rules of this man's teachings are so full of light and love, it shouldn't be bound to a religion. But anyhow, he has come in, and it is Easter Monday. So it doesn't surprise me that there is so much of this feeling of love and light and healing, which is the colour of the green as well. So this is very profoundly moving, I think, for anyone who tunes in to see this beautiful reading and to feel these energies coming through. The healing can come to you at a personal level, and it can come through the crown chakra, where this light is emanating from the cosmos source energy, because it's available to each and every one of us if we choose to tap into it and tune into it. It can also come through the heart, which of course is where we find the emotion of love, and it's where love begins, is through the heart. So he emanates this beautiful white crystalline light energy through the head, then the crown chakra, and down in through the throat chakra as well, and into the heart, and then out through the energy of his hands, like the Reiki energy as well. So for any of you that require emotional or physical healing, this could be a really good time to tap into this beautiful, profound, calming white light energy healing, because it is around at this particular time, especially around Easter, because that's what Easter is actually all about. So you could be healed of many things at this point, especially if you meditate with this, if you focus on it, if you ask for the white light energy to be brought into your life. And it can be done so through energies such as Metatron. Again, he can actually help to perpetuate this energy to travel through and to be embellished into you. So if this is physical healing you're after, it might be available for you if you connect enough, whether it be a heart or whether it be a physical ailment you've had. It could be the turn of the cusp of something in your health life. If this is an emotional healing, then this is the time to also ask, because we have some healing of the love. We have the letting go of karmic debt that has been paid back. So it enables you to move into freedom and to begin again in the cycle of love. You have protection, and you have the catharsis of new beginnings and healing the heart. If there has been pain at any level there of emotion, whether it's personal, whether it's family, sibling, intimate relationships. And then if it's spiritual healing, again through the crown chakra area, you've got a lot of head healing activation energy coming your way. So I think this is a really beautiful, soothing reading, and in fact I'm feeling it myself, because I particularly hate seeing acts of violence. They disturb me and they upset me, regardless of who's doing it or who are the victims. I just find it the worst part of human nature to be so full of hate and judgment and aggression and viciousness. So this reading is so beautifully calming, and to have things like this turn up in it is very, very special. So we will continue on. We also have a few sixes turning up. So we have 3 sixes, which we had the 3 sixes in one of the other readings, and I think it was Cancer. And actually I think my rising sign is a Cancer or Gemini. So the 3 sixes, some people said, oh, you know, it's demonic. Well, there you go. The healer of the ages isn't. 3 sixes represents love, harmony, and the home as well. So there might also be healing for some of you in the home at this time, now that we've mentioned that. So let us carry on. Wow. You have triumphant success. So you have another ace. So 2 1s here for you as well. Yeah, the triumphant success is a really good analogy almost of this. It's almost like something that passes away or moves away after often a karmic type issue has taken place. So it feels as though something really powerful for you guys, Aries. And again, it doesn't surprise me, because this is your birthday month and so much has happened and gone on. It must have affected the Aries on the planet to quite a big degree, especially with the tricky alignments that we've had over March and April. But all of this letting go of the old, finishing karmic cycles, knowing that soul contracts have finished, letting them go, and then welcoming in these new beginnings. Some of you, it could have been things like a divorce or the dissolution of something, the final papers coming through, maybe family litigations, child custody. It could even be seeing through the final part of, if you've been charged with something and you've done your time and your service and you're now finished and ready to be able to start a new life. It could be a business that you had been in partnership with that is now finished. That's that contract coming to an end, and you're getting the documents to sign, so you are free to go your own way because the karmic thing has been paid off. So much in here about the ability to start afresh. What is really powerful reading, and we can see that coming through with like the healer of the ages and the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron as well. There's so much ability here for you guys to be able to start anew in so many different directions, because this one's the heart and this one is potentially career, financial. It frees you up from something that has been holding you back. It's that sort of simple. I'm really finding your reading quite powerful. And there's the King of Cups. He's more love. Again, he can be a water sign person. And we talked about that before, that a water sign person could be involved in the moon energies. So creating that feeling of emotion and connection. He could be a partner or an intimate partner for some of you, or the just warm character and connection that you have with a person like this. So it doesn't have to be intimate, but he could be quite a close friend who you share your tender moments with, or some sort of intimacy, not necessarily physical, but he could be well worthy of being your listening ear or your support person. For some of you, he could be a new love interest as well. And that doesn't surprise me, because this often comes after this. So sometimes, you know, interestingly here in this row with these cards, we talked about that there can sometimes be 3 people present as in an affair, and we've got the 3 back again. So some of you may have been involved in something that was, you know, around 3 people one way or another. and you might be making this decision and forming new love or letting go of something from the past to allow something new to come in. But for some of you, there could have been a problem in a relationship, and it might have been your romantic one, and this could be the fact that it was time for it to let it go and have it drop out of your life, that the contract may have come to an end. But if it's not, and you want to heal this, this can be done even though it's at this kind of fatal looking stage. It takes mediation and resolution. So sometimes going to a counsellor to try and talk through relationship problems can be really beneficial. And sometimes this relationship can continue on and be re-healed. There are often 3 people involved one way or another. The other thing about this card, very obviously, is that it could be symbolic of physical heart health issues. So do please get your heart checked, and if it's not yours, it might be someone in your life who has physical health heart problems. So I tend to put a beautiful rose or like a heart-shaped stone on it to help heal away any pain and give, good conductivity of positive energy for the card as well. We'll do a couple more. Oh wow, the 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, who comes to us through our crown chakra, which is the Sahasrara. It is again just cosmic energy that you're tying into and receiving creative ideas, connection to the cosmic energies, the white light, the Christ light, the healing light, opening up the crown chakra area of your body as well. So if any of you have been blocked in that area or felt anger or resentment or problems, emotional or spiritual lack or an inability to connect into what you're wanting to feel, like the joy, the love, the bliss, the harmony states, then allowing this Archangel Uriel to connect with you and open that chakra, the Sahasrara energy, to free flow in, to give you euphoria and bliss. Because when that crown chakra is open, this is what comes in. And believe me, it is so powerful. Some of you may experience even the physical sensations of that activation of that chakra energy, which is through the pineal gland. And it comes on as like tingling sensations. You can feel it in your forehead and the top of your head quite often, and you'll know that you have activated that crown chakra and opened it up to cosmic energy and spirituality at a really, really high level. So it can be very good for creativity, for inspiration, for understanding our journey, for opening us up to a broader perspective of what we're here for and what our true soul path journey is about. So again, I'm coming back to these amazing cards that you've been delivered. The Healer of the Ages, the Christ energy, and 2 of the top angels are from the Archangel realm. So Uriel and Metatron. Some of you may have felt that these areas have been blocked. So the crown chakra and the 6th chakra. These may need activation for you. So through meditation, the type of foods that you can eat that activate these chakras, Reiki healing, because we see the Reiki energy coming out of his hands as well, or some sort of positive energy healing work could be beneficial to allow this cosmic energy in, which is bringing you knowledge and newness. Wow, you guys, I've been very envious of some of the other readings because they've been so powerful, especially Pisces one again, but I'm almost thinking that you guys are outdoing it, that it's yours is like even more profound as well. So this card, the World, it's almost like this is one of the cosmic workers standing away from the world, sending this powerful energy to you. And we see this reflection of the light around the earth, which is what a lot of people have been spending time sending healing energy through the full moon to the earth over the Easter weekend. So this card really does represent the saying that the world is your oyster, that if you open up to all of this amazing inspirational source gifts of energy, you can do almost anything. But you have to be ready to consummate this energy that is coming through, to accept it and to understand it. You know, and it does take a really dedicated energy and effort to receive energies like this. It doesn't just get sent to you through the letterbox or through your email and you click on it. This is a part of your life journey about connection and putting the hard work in. But when you do, you are so rewarded with the gifts of the universe. That power is in your hands. So I think we're just about done because it is so beautiful. We just pull one more. A firm foundation. We're in another area of the body, down at the base chakra, and this particular stone here is very good for placing on the base of that. So this is about feeling strength in your body, not just your spirituality, but also it's enabling the activation of this chakra, which is the base one. So when that chakra is activated up through our whole body, then all of these other ones can flow appropriately, and you will get that feeling of euphoria and bliss and activation at the highest levels possible. So for some of you, this may be coming, but you need to also activate the base chakra to allow this flow of energy into your life. This is where we get our foundation of finances, home, soul tribe, activation of feeling grounded and safe and secure in life as well. And that's why the card is called Firm Foundation. So it's a very powerful final conduit, if you like, for these three very ethereal, highly spiritual conductors of energy. It's like putting the power plug into the socket to turn your computer on. Without this power in the wall to connect to the electricity, which is this, nothing cohesively comes together and works. So this is your one to focus on in terms of building the strength and the foundation and opening the base chakra to allow the high energy flow to be activated throughout the month of May, to bring you some sort of climactic, euphoric knowledge and awareness and understanding of cosmic energies and all that can be achieved when you are in these states of awareness and acceptance and understanding and readying for all this new beginnings, and know that the world is your oyster. So don't forget about balancing this base chakra and getting that activated to bring in all this other amazing stuff. So powerful reading for you, Aries. Really, really beautiful. There does seem to be something connected to emotions or relationships throughout it. There is a little bit of talk of moving on and of possible travel for some of you, possibly shifting, whether it be shifting a business or shifting a career or shifting a home and parts of your family, leaving some others behind. But there is the clarification here of immense ability to find a deep connective love, and if that's new romantic love and that's what you're seeking, then that's also a possibility, as well as healing current relationships and bringing them into the euphoria and bliss type state. But boy, what an amazing reading. Just so much potential for you all to connect to and really feel at this time on the planet, the galactic connection to cosmic creation. So wow, yeah, just love, love, love your reading. It's very calm, it's very soothing, it's very supportive and nurturing. So come back to it during the month if you're feeling edgy, or if there are things that aren't flowing well for you. Come back and just check into it and take note of the beauty of the cards, listen to the words again, and be reunited with your journey of the month and of your spiritual path forward. So thank you again, guys. Much love. Thank you for subbing. I love it when you leave your comments and tell us your personal stories, and so do the other viewers like that connection as well. So take care. Much love. Namaste.